The Battle of Gettysburg is known as the bloodiest battle ever fought on American soil in the American Civil War. A little known fact, however, is that a significant amount of the battle took place in the actual town. So what can you see in the town of Gettysburg today?
Hey everyone, so where we are today is the historic Gettysburg town. So we're going to go through town and we're going to see the best things you should see while you're in town here in Gettysburg. Now, if you want to see more information on the Gettysburg battlefield and all the information about the Civil War battle, check out our other video. This is specifically about the town and everything to do and see within the town.
Lincoln Square is at the center of town, and from here all streets meet. There are many shops, restaurants, and hotels located just on this center square. Check out and tour the David Wills House. This was the place Lincoln stayed the night before his famous Gettysburg Address. The streets surrounding Lincoln Square are filled with historic buildings housing modern conveniences like eclectic stores, restaurants, pubs, and gift shops. The town is most famous for the notorious Battle of Gettysburg, but had its beginnings much earlier than that. The town was first settled by an Irish immigrant named Samuel Geddes in 1761, with his establishment of a tavern that was frequented by soldiers and traders. By 1790, many more permanent inhabitants arrived, and then development really began to ramp up with the development of the Gettysburg Railroad in 1858, connecting the town to Hanover, Pennsylvania, and effectively the rest of the nation. If you want to stay in the center of town and keep to the history theme, I recommend the Union Hotel. The historic building was constructed in 1803 and was previously called the James Getty Hotel. The town of Gettysburg is less than 15 minutes from the battlefield by car, so it makes stopping in for lunch or for shopping between your tours easy and convenient.
Now, if you really want to add to your Gettysburg experience, I highly recommend you have lunch or dinner in the Dobbins House. So Dobbins House is the oldest building in Gettysburg, and it served as the home of Reverend Dobbin when he had the home built in 1776, his wife and his 19 children. It is one of the most historically preserved restaurants or pubs I've ever been to in the United States. I've been to a lot of historic restaurants in the US, but this by far maintained its original character the most. So let's head in.
Dobbins House offers you the opportunity to dine in a well-preserved 18th century home with stone walls, large fireplaces, and period decor. Soak in the history over lunch or a pint and be inspired by the surrounding beauty and endurance of the historic architecture. The restaurant is popular, however, dinner reservations go quickly and lunch is on a first-come, first-served basis, so you may have to wait. While you wait, however, you can tour the grounds, the upstairs rooms and attics, and the Underground Railroad hideout hidden in the walls of the building. The fireplace and candlelight reflecting off the dark stone walls onto the almost 200-year-old wooden beams creates a special ambiance and is perfect for a date. It's a great place to stop for lunch while you're touring the battlefield also because it is at the southern edge of town.
One stop that you have to make on your Gettysburg tour is right behind me, the Jenny Wade House. So this is the house of the only civilian that was killed in the Gettysburg battle. So it's very interesting. It shows you about her life and her story.
Wade House is the home of the one and only civilian bystander killed in the bloodshed of the Battle of Gettysburg. The museum has short hours, so we were unable to go inside, but it offers the viewer a glimpse into what happened on the last day of Jenny's life. Most people are not aware that the fighting in the Battle of Gettysburg took place on the battlefield but also in town. So imagine essentially being invaded. That's what the people encountered in 1863. You can still see the bullet holes outside of Jenny's house and can imagine the horror of the people in the town. The next place I recommend you see is the Gettysburg Diorama and History Center. This small museum offers the viewer a look into how the battle was fought, but with a real recreation of the entire area with miniatures. When you take your Gettysburg tour, you are going to see several monuments, hear about the battles, hear about the strategies each side took, and wander around the moving battlefield. However, you can't really see what was going on during the 3-day battle, except with your imagination. The large diorama illustrates how the battle took place and really helps the viewer to better put the entire battle into perspective. Your ticket to the museum includes viewing the diorama, but also includes a 40-minute long explanation of what happened over the 3 days using the diorama as an illustration. Baltimore Street is the main thoroughfare south of town and has some of the most historic buildings in Gettysburg. Have you ever wanted to stay in a haunted house? The Farnworth House is a bed and breakfast and restaurant built in 1810 that is supposedly haunted by no less than 16 spirits. You can stay or eat in the historic building if you dare. If you are looking for a special souvenir from your Gettysburg experience, I recommend Heartfelt History Gift Shop. The store is located in a historic and preserved 19th century building on Baltimore Street and has tons of history buff merchandise like books, clothing, quills, home decor, accessories, and even artifacts like actual Civil War bullets.
So when you're in Gettysburg, you learn a lot about the battle and the history, but you don't hear a lot about the lives of the civilians that lived in the town when their town was inundated by basically military forces. So the Shriver House Museum, which I highly recommend seeing, kind of takes you into the civilian experience here at Gettysburg. So let's take a look.
The Shriver House Museum takes you into the lives of the Shriver family in their actual home in July of 1863. Here you can learn about how people of the time lived and the experience of the citizens of Gettysburg during the battle. You will see how they made their attic a makeshift shooting range to defend their home. You can see how they made their basement a makeshift hospital. And the museum really helps you to connect to how the people dealt with an invasion right outside of their very homes. It is an excellent museum and really gives a human understanding to the Battle of Gettysburg. Check out Gettysburg Historic Town Hall and learn about Thaddeus Stevens, Gettysburg's most prominent resident and notable American politician.
So there you have it, guys. That is the town of Gettysburg. It is extremely historical, and there are tons of shops and restaurants to stay at while you're here. And specifically, if you like historical restaurants and pubs and things like that, this is the place to go. Listen, guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, take care.